Hello and welcome to a completely new League of Legends coaching video here at League Unleashed. My name's Oscar and today I'll be covering the most important changes that's gonna happen in Season 11. As you guys know, the new season is starting tomorrow or on January 8th, and therefore I thought it would be a really good time in order to prepare you guys for the new season. So the first thing that I want to cover in this video is the item changes. As you guys know, this is for sure the biggest change that happened in Season 11, with 1/3 of the items actually being removed and replaced with new items, another third actually getting reworked, and another third like not really changed that much. There were some minor changes to some of the items, but in general they weren't changed that much. And you don't necessarily have to read the 30-40 page essay on the 1023 patch notes in order to actually realize what all of the items do. It's just a matter of playing 10 to 15 like normal games and actually paying a bit of attention to what the items actually do and what champions typically tend to go for the different items. So that is what I would really recommend you guys doing before you actually head into ranked, because if you head into ranked without any knowledge of these items, it's going to be very hard for you to actually get a grasp as to what you should be doing in these games. Even though League has added a feature to their shop, which is actually based off their API, so the recommended items that you get now are going to be a lot better than before, because it's actually, as I said, based on their API, which means that it's based off each and every single game. It's based off how many players build that into specific comps, into specific lanes, and what people typically try to buy on the champion that you're currently playing. So in order to continue with the items actually now have different tiers. So you have the mythic items, you have the legendary items, and you pretty much have the components, right? And what this means is that you can only have one mythic item per game. Now, the mythic items are pretty much like a cornerstone for each and every single champion that you play, and therefore it's really important to realize that this is actually something that's super important to build on pretty much any champion in the game now. This is typically what you opt to build for first, because with the mythic item that you have, you will get extra stats based on the item and based on how many legendary items you have after that, right? So if you have a mythic item, you can, for example, gain 5 ability haste per legendary item that you buy, just from the mythic item in itself. And therefore, this is something that's really important to actually realize, because it is on almost every single champion in the current meta something you build first. Now, as for fundamental changes, there hasn't really been too many new things added to the game other than the items. There have been some small things added, such as jungle camps, for example, not being kiteable anymore. And this is something a lot of high elo players hate, at least, because now you won't be as rewarded for being mechanically skilled in the jungle as you would before. And the way that they actually removed this is because they added Omnivamp onto the jungle item. And therefore they had to kind of buff the jungle camps as well, meaning that what they did with the jungle camps is that they gave it more movement speed so that you can't kite it anymore. So now you're not really rewarded for having super good pathing speeds, etc. This doesn't really matter anymore. It's generally just about how you path. Now, and that does pretty much summarize the most important changes as for the game aspect. However, there are still some things when it comes to, for example, promos being removed, which is a very nice thing and something a lot of people appreciate, because now you won't be stuck at gold 399 LP and be forced, to play the last, or to play an extra game to get into promos. What happens now is that if you go from gold 3 to gold 2, the excess LP that you get from the win that's going to get you into the theoretical promos is gonna go over as well, so you will have that LP going into gold 2, for example, which is definitely very nice. Now, the tier promos are still here, so if you're going from gold to plat, there is still gonna be a promo. However, as a all-over change, I think this is very nice for League, and I don't think there should be a promo in between there in the first place. So this is definitely something you can really enjoy. So that's going to cover it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider liking, subscribing, turning on the notification bell, because it actually does notify you of our videos then. And if you haven't already, you can check out the links in the description in order to set up a free coaching lesson with one of our coaches. If you have any questions about any of the general stuff that I talked about in the video, you can leave it down in the comments, and that's definitely something I'll answer. I hope that you guys are prepared now for Season 11, and we'll see how it goes. You guys have a good one. Bye bye.